You want to know the only way you can make that album cover better? Just take the brain and change it to Krang. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today, we are going to talk about this album from B-NoQ called Ear Drugs. Now, B-NoQ is a Mi'kmaq artist coming out of Scotchford, PEI, and if you want to find out more about him and check out his music, just take a look at the links I got for you underneath this video. Now, coming into this project, what you're in for is a lot of vintage, classic, traditional boom bap hip-hop sounds. I actually really like the production on this because with the exception of Drunkin Chevy, where we do get a bit of a generic, trappy sort of vibe, we are getting a lot of stiff drums and raw samples. I especially like that wavy sample flip on Genesis. I know I heard this shit before, but I can't place it, so if you know where it's from, let me know. And then on Raw, which is actually a posse cut with City Natives, we get these very hefty drums and a nice organ flip. All that said, I think that Beats and Giuliano did a great job with the production on here. I mean, you're not really getting anything too unique or out of the ordinary, but the beats do sound good and they match up with B-NoQ style. And if I had to describe B-NoQ style in one way, I would say he's very aggressive and raw. He has a very strong cadence, a lot of strong rhyme schemes and technical skill that you'll hear throughout this project. And to me, he just sounds like a natural. He really does have a good voice for this rap shit, and as he flows, it doesn't sound like he's really forcing anything. So that by far was one of the things that really stuck out to me. And then, when it comes to his content, you really are in for a lot of shock value shit, even a little bit of horrorcore elements. I'm talking about stuff like drug-riddled bars, violent imagery, and more. So if you're not really into shock rap, this won't be your thing. And I don't think shock rap is as popular as it once was, but in spite of that, it didn't feel very gimmicky as I was listening through this because the beats are solid and he's rapping his ass off. For example, on the song Ear Drugs, he refers to himself as the son of Eminem and Pocahontas, which I thought was a really clever way to describe himself since he is a Mi'kmaq artist spitting all this violent, vicious shit. And then he continues on this track with bars about lighting orphanages on fire, shanking whores. On Res Life Livin', he has a line about having dead white women in his kitchen. So these are the types of things you're going to get as far as the content goes. He really is bringing that vicious shit, and he doesn't really give a fuck about what he's saying. So I can't appreciate him from that point of view. You got to have rappers out here who are pushing things forward and saying how they feel. There's also a funny line on Beast Coast where he says that he'll give a newborn a stone cold stunner. So clearly he's just exaggerating here and being over the top. So, you know, people are probably going to get upset over some of the things that he's saying. But it's art, man. He's just spitting some shit that he wants to say because it sounds dope and it rhymes good. Including, I actually had to write this down just so I didn't fuck it up, but I'm not going to be able to spit it as good as he did. But on the same song, Beast Coast, he really flexes his vocal dexterity when he says, "Sock a hippopotamus in the balls with an ostrich on top of your mom with a soft dick." So you're getting a bit of humor in here as well, and I just can't stress how impressed I am with his technical rap skill. He really does have a nice flow, and as I said, some solid rhyme schemes. However, the parts that really stuck out to me about this project are the parts where he's really getting a bit more personal and rapping about himself and what he's been through. Like on the song One Take, where he says that he came from shortcomings and sore tummies. And then on Last Call, we get some of his more deep and poignant bars, as he actually raps a bit about battling substance abuse, depression, and some of the other issues he came up with growing up on a reservation. So I think to move his music forward, I would really like to see him focus on this type of content. Definitely keep that dope flow he has and the shock value shit because that's interesting to a lot of people. But I feel like he's coming from a very unique place. As a Mi'kmaq artist from Atlantic Canada, he could really cover a lot of topics. He could do some storytelling, speak more on what happens on some of these reservations just to speak to the people who don't know, tell his personal story, maybe take some of that shock value shit and make it into crazy stories like Eminem used to do. So basically, I'm just saying, I like the beats on here, I think he can rap his ass off, but he really needs to expand his content and come with some concepts. So all that said, that's why I'm going to go with a 3 out of 5 here. I really did think about a 3.5 just off the strength of his bars because I really like how he sounds, but I feel like this is just the beginning for B-NoQ and he really can go quite a bit further. So if he does that, I'm definitely going to be paying attention and I'll be listening to it. So you guys can check it out for yourself. I got the links in the comments section, as I said, actually in the information box beneath this video. And you already know what else to do, man. Hit me up on all my social media platforms, share the videos, subscribe if you're not subscribed by now. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.